Hello, welcome back. I'm going to now do GridOS Challenge 1, Quest 3 off of Everybody Codes. Again, because these GridOS challenges are done in their own little editor, I don't think I'll have anything that will show up on GitHub for these, although I assume that at some point in some of these quests we'll have to have external programs generating our little Turing machines, so we'll see. In any case, let's open up Quest 3 and see what's there. Okay, focus on ponds. Ponds must be dug so that they... Task is to excavate all soil files and replace them with water. Should then deepen by one level downwards. Only the final state of the grid matters. Sequence of okay. Okay. Okay, so here we always have a single line, and we've got to replace all equals with tildes, and then below that put another tilde. But we only have to do it one down, because this did not have to go yet another down. I assume in part 2 we'll have to go further down as needed. Okay, so this can be done with 2 heads. We'll put one here and then one here. And we'll go over, and every time we have tilde, we'll say, hey, okay, so here's what I plan to do. I plan to scan it from left to right. Actually, I plan to, from start, put, so I have 2 heads from start, put 1 head down. Then my heads will go all the way to the right, and every time I see a tilde, I will become into a new state where I will be putting down a new state. I'll say I saw a tilde to the left, and then my tilde and tilde, I will put down another tilde, go over, and I'll go all the way to the right, and then go off the end. From the right, I will scan back left, and I will erase. So I'll put a tilde underneath every tilde that I already saw a tilde in the state before. And then when I scan backwards, I will put a space under there if I've seen that. Yeah, so I'll go there, and then I'll go back and erase the extra tildes. Start, and anything anything. Move right. Leave it alone. Stay down. Yeah. Okay. Then move right 0. Move right 0. Pound. Zero. Zero. Right 1. Tilde underscore right. Okay, and then move right 0. Move left 0. Leave it alone. Move right 1. Move right 1. Move right 0 of move. Okay, equals. Leave that alone and move right 1 of actually no. Okay. Actually, we shouldn't ever encounter this. And then move left 0 of move left 0 pound star move left 0 . move left 0 of tilde star, move left 1 of tilde underscore left left, move left 0. Left 1 of, that becomes that, and then move left 1, move left 1, tilde tilde. Okay. Oh, right, okay. Actually, oops. Yay! Okay. So I moved all to the right and I moved it all to the left. Yeah. Okay, so I could do this with, I could do this with 3 heads, but you know what? I'm going to do this with, I'm going to do this with 1 head. And in doing this, I'm going to show how to do it with 1 head here. Yeah, so okay, this was nice, but I'm going to do this one again. I'm going to do this one again. I'm going to do it with 1 head. Okay, so instead of that, so move right 0 is now called start. And this should be move left 0. Yeah, I just have this habit when I'm typing code every now and then I'll just hit Control S, because of course you've got to save it obsessively. Okay, so what's going to happen is that when I do this, I'm going to then move right 1, and I'm going to put a tilde there, and then actually, move right 1, I'm going to put a 1 there, and then every time we do this, I'm going to put a 2. Oh, we don't have the star, though. Yeah. Okay, move right 1. Move right 1 equals, move right 1, we've got to put a 2. Move right 1, that, back to start. Move left 0. Move left 0 with a 1 becomes move left 0 with a tilde. Move left a 2 becomes move, actually it becomes move left 1. Left 1, a tilde. Stop. And now move left 1. Yeah. Move left 1 with a 1 becomes move left 1 with a tilde. Move left 1 with that star still becomes a stop. But what's interesting is move left 1 with a 2 becomes move down extend down 1 and becomes a 1 and down. Now extend down 1 underscore becomes extend return tilde and up. Extend return tilde. Now this is obvious. This is obviously something we won't hit in this case, but I'll use it in the next case. Extend return 1 becomes move left 1 tilde left. Okay. Let's see if this works. Yeah. Okay, so I used only one head that time, and what I'm doing is I'm basically going through changing all these from 1s into 2s, or here, record full history. Let's find an interesting case here. Case, actually, case 3. No, that's not. Case 1 actually is more interesting than you might like. Okay, so the way this works is that I start here, and I go through, and I change that to a 1, and everything after it to a 2. Then I go back and change that to the first two I see to a tilde, and then to a 1, tilde, tilde, 1. Okay. Now, I'm going to copy this, and I'm going to use this as the basis for this, where, okay, so I have move right 1, put down, okay, except here, if I see equals, I will change that to a move right 2. If I see a star, I go back to start. Okay, and now move right 2 equals, I put down a 3. If I see that, I go back to a start. Then I go back. Now, move left 1. If I see a 0, a 1, 2, or a 3, I just change them into, I say, okay, you should have been a 1. Basically, I say, you should have been a 1. If I see here a one, then I go on that. If I see a 2, I change it to extend down 1. Okay, but then I change this okay, and this should be a 1. Yeah, this is extend down 1. Okay, yeah, extend down 1, and change that back to a 1, and go down. And the same thing happens if I see a 3. Okay. So wait. If I see a 1, I believe it as a 1. If I see a 2, I treat it as a 2. Okay, so here. Move left 0 treats 1, 2, and 3 as though 1. Move left 1 treats 1 as 1, 2 and 3 as though 2. 1. Okay, but when we go back up, yeah, except that those are going to become 2s. Yeah. And then move left 2 creates separately. Two, 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 two. Okay. Okay, then underscore okay. I think that's right. Yep. Okay. Maximize the depth of the pond while still following all excavation rules. Okay, I think what I'm going to have to do for this is I'm going to have to I think what I'm going to need to do for this is put down okay, so what if we did it as we take our rules for one pond. Only instead of we take our rules there for the pond with 3 levels, and instead of doing it with doing it by digging down and putting tildes right away, we put tildes and then we put something else to indicate we have a boundary. We do something else to indicate that we are yeah. So basically what I want to do is I want to treat each line as though I'm doing exactly the same as what I did the previous time, but I've got to, everywhere I go, I've got to make sure that I don't, got to make sure that I don't go off everywhere. So okay. Let me take my solution to part 1. No, that's not it. So, solution to part 1. Okay, so I'm taking my solution to part 1, and what I am doing is, instead of calling that okay, so I have my solution to part 1, and what we're going to do is we got to put something down so that we know to yeah. Okay. So from start, we go to drop left boundary, start, drop left boundary, don't do anything, and go down. From drop left boundary underscore, then go back to 0 at up. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we do that, and then we go through, we get to there, and yeah, we go through all this. Oh wait. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so okay, and then we don't go right to move left 0 though. We do drop right boundary and drop right boundary. Drop right boundary. We drop right boundary. We do underscore. And we go to move okay, we gotta go 1 1 anything at and then up. Okay. Down, drop, right, boundary, zero, at, and up. Okay. And then this becomes okay, and then this does not become that. This becomes recurse prep recurse down. Okay, recurse down. Okay. And then this, instead of that stop, becomes Okay, and now what do we have now? Basically I follow the whole thing again, but this time I'm using ats as my oh shoot. I'm using ats as the thing. I gotta always begins and ends with at least 1 pound. Okay, fine. So I can do ats right on the edge, and it's fine. Okay, so now recurse at r drop left boundary, r drop left boundary, r move right 0 at u. Okay. Now okay, bang will be the row I'm working on right now. Okay, bang is the row I'm working on right now. R drop left boundary. Okay, now okay, so now what I have is I have R move right 0, R move right 0, R move right 0. Only here, that's an at. Here, that's a tilde. And here, that's an underscore. Also, though, start. Okay, now recurse. R move right 0. That becomes a R move right 1. At. That becomes a drop right boundary 1. No. Because at, we're just going to drop that down. R, drop right boundary, underscore, we're going to move to R, move less than 0. I'm going to put an at, and we're going to go up. Now, overwrite 0 pure. Clean exit underscore clean exit underscore left. Oh wait, I can't use bang. Okay. Clean exit ampersand. Clean exit down. Exit okay. Recurse. Okay, now move right 0 at ampersand. Okay, I can't put an exclamation there. I have to put an ampersand there. Okay, and now move right 1, drop boundary. Equals. Okay, and then R underscore, R underscore, R underscore, R underscore, R underscore. Okay, except that, and then what I do is I say here, yeah, except that this becomes underscore, and this becomes tilde, and this becomes at. Okay, and then R, move left 0, R, move left 0, R, move left 0. Okay. Oh, right. Okay, so this becomes underscore, and this becomes ampersand. That becomes underscore. Move left one, and then this is okay, and then R extend down one. Okay, except that here this is this becomes R underscore R underscore R underscore up. One. Okay. Okay, what happened? Oh. Okay. Okay. So for drop right boundary, I can't use that. I have to use. Actually, here, let me make this. Everywhere we have an ampersand, we're going to use that. And everywhere we right boundary, we're going to use that. Okay. Okay, so case 5, reset. Case 5. Okay. Okay, let's just, instead of this, let's just do drop right boundary. Okay. Okay. Reset. Run case 5. There we go. Okay, well, yeah, it took me just about an hour. I can't, yeah. So, there you go, just about an hour. I did it all with one head. I'll come back later, see if I can clean this up, but yeah, doing it all with one head is fine, seems fine to me. And okay, I will see this when the next quest drops.